Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I got a treat for you. I feel it's a treat because it's something that's really different. I'm discussing something that's very different in the sense that, in my recent travels globally, especially when I went to Australia, then stopped in Dubai and came back to New York City, I had an interesting conversation with a few people, not a lot. It was 3 different people. And the topic was seasonal depression. And 2 out of the 3 tended to be faced with seasonal depression for the past many years. And they always thought about acupuncture, but decided, doing their homework to see if acupuncture can treat that was too much for them. Well, one of them. And the other was fooled to think that acupuncture only treats pain. And that's definitely so not true at all. Okay? You see, many individuals globally are just caught. They're pretty much stuck in the mindset that acupuncture is only for pain. And acupuncture is great for dealing with, for people dealing with autoimmune disorders, chronic illnesses, cancer, and much, 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 much more. All right? But seasonal depression is a surprise to many because I know of many individuals that go through it, and the fact that they know me and I'm a doctor of acupuncture, they knew to come see me to treat that. And for many of them, an Eastern nutrition, 2 or 3 sessions really helped them a great deal. Acupuncture also helped as well. But many individuals don't realize that your eating habits have a lot to do with seasonal depression. Because again, you have to remember what I say, you are what you eat. And it's best that you make acupuncture a part of your life. And this is a big topic in the world of psychiatry, and this is called seasonal affective disorder. And there are psychotherapists as well as psychiatrists in my network who see cases like this a lot, especially during the winter months. All right. And to an acupuncturist, from a 5-element perspective, the winter months are the months because it's the time of storage. All right. And the fall going into winter, you're transitioning from the lungs to the kidneys. And I, myself, notice an uptick in lung and kidney disorders during that time of year going into winter. Now, you have many locations around the world where winter is still pretty much hot. I mean, there are places around the world where they don't experience spring, summer, late summer, fall, and winter. I find those areas pretty tough to live in. I mean, I guess it's because I've gotten used to the multiple seasons. But here's what's key. When winter months, in countries that do experience winter months, when winter months are closing in, which is usually it starts around late fall, and your day gets shorter and the weather gets colder, And this goes all the way till the following spring. An uptick in cases of depression tend to present. And there you'll start to see feelings of sadness, moodiness, low energy or sluggishness. And now your chi is affected. Your chi is affected when sadness and moodiness kicks in. Okay. And then you have the low energy, sluggishness, and difficulty concentrating on your daily tasks. And in some cases, a feeling of hopelessness. Boom, these are signs you should make acupuncture part of your life. Because sometimes mental health conditions as such can be difficult to face on a yearly basis. And that's what I got out of one individual during my travel. She was sick and tired of dealing with it. She resides in Dubai. And I always thought of opening a clinic in Dubai. But she didn't know of an acupuncturist, and I'm sure there is. She just didn't look deep into it, but I recommend it strongly. She see one, or if she's ever in New York City, stop by Acupuncture Is My Life. Because this disorder is a real pain in the ass, and I'm talking about seasonal affective disorder, which i.e. is seasonal depression. And some of the ways to deal with it, and I recommended, ways to attempt to remedy it, and that's with regular exercise and spend time outdoors, make sure you get a good night's sleep and eat a balanced diet. And the diet was a concern to her, so all I did was just tell her to just go to acupunctureismylife.com and schedule a virtual Eastern nutrition consultation session with me, and we can get to the bottom of it. And lo and behold, she did. And she's noticed a change. And if you ever feel you're faced with seasonal depression, definitely go to acupunctureismylife.com. Schedule a virtual consultation session. All right? But just some of the more basic ways in dealing with seasonal depression. The main way is changing your diet and eating more vitamin D rich foods. Because more and more individuals globally are spending more time indoors. So they're losing out on that natural source of vitamin D from the sun. Because in most cases, depending on where you're located around the world, the thing here becomes, how do you remedy it? How do you remedy this type of depression because your days are growing shorter, the temperature is dropping, and the lack of sunlight is now beginning to take its toll on you. And individuals, to many people's surprise, and I bring this up a lot, that are deficient in vitamin D tend to more likely be depressed. And there are studies that do show that there's a link between vitamin D deficiency and specific mood disorders. But also, You know what? You also want to get plenty of protein in every meal. Because getting plenty of protein, not necessarily just through red meats, but protein from plants, but getting plenty of protein throughout your day can also help you manage these symptoms. Or the symptoms, I should say, that come along with seasonal depression. Why? Because protein raises, or it tends to raise, the body's feel-good chemicals such as dopamine and serotonin. So eating protein at every meal helps keep your energy levels pretty balanced, because that's what yin and yang is about, balance. And in eating this protein, it sort of prevents your blood sugar from dipping, therefore triggering certain types of mood swings. Okay, so you want to include protein at every meal if you can, because you have to keep in mind, like every acupuncturist knows, health is wealth. The wealth is not under your mattress or in the shoebox in the closet. It's not in any type of bank account you may have, whether it's an investment account, that being cryptocurrency or whatever, retirement account, savings account, checking account. That's not where wealth is. The wealth is not in your pocket, your purse, or your wallet. The wealth is in you. That's where it's at. And it's important that you're aware of that. And also, you want to know what else is important? Limiting your intake of processed foods and added sugar. Put the cookies down. Let it go. Your more simple sugars tend to be found in processed foods and snacks that tend to spike your blood sugar. You'll feel good for a second. And this is why I tell a lot of people, stay away from those energy drinks. Avoid those. Because although you'll feel good for a moment, later on you're going to start to feel down and you're going to be faced with like an energy slump. And these lows that you begin to experience as a result tend to magnify other depression symptoms that you may be experiencing. Okay? And you know what else you want to do? You want to have around 2 cups of, I won't even say 2 cups, but I try and have 2 servings of leafy green vegetables a day. You want to incorporate that in your diet, because leafy green vegetables are a great source of folate. And when your folate is low, studies have shown it's been linked to depression. Okay? And I want you to keep that in mind. And I know it serves as a surprise to many, but yes, low levels of folate has been linked to depression. Because folate deficiency can impair the metabolism of neurotransmitters that are important for your mood. And that includes serotonin, dopamine, noradrenaline. So some good leafy green vegetables is great for qi and blood, and it tonifies and nourishes yin as well as yang, are spinach, kale, bok choy, turnip greens, romaine lettuce. And there are other sources of folate that are in oranges, asparagus, beans, avocados, broccoli. You see how awesome it is to have an acupuncturist in your life, to have made acupuncture a part of your life? You know what? Better yet, if you're lifting something heavy right now, do me a favor and rest it down. Okay, I don't care if you're at work, moving things around, or you're in the gym lifting weights or moving furniture around your house, just take a break a sec. Rest it down. And if you're operating some type of mode of transportation, whether it's an airplane or a helicopter, land it at your nearest airport. Anything with wheels, and you're driving along a road, pull it over to the side of the road. And if you're crossing the street right now, I need you to hurry up and safely get across the street. Because I now need you to close your eyes, and I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open them. And boom, you are now brand new. And brand new you are. But I'm going to leave you off with one more tip. And dealing with seasonal depression. And that's eat smaller meals on a more frequent basis. Because a common symptom of seasonal depression is lethargy and lack of energy, or being chi deficient throughout the day. So you want to focus on eating smaller, more frequent, high fiber and protein enriched meals during the day. Because fueling your body with protein and high fiber foods, which is great for the spleen and stomach, which represents your middle jiao, plays a big role in the production of qi and blood after birth. So putting protein and high fiber foods in your body can help stabilize blood sugar levels, energy levels. So when you're feeling qi deficient and tired, this is usually due to lack of nutrients. Okay? But these are just some of the basic ways to avoid seasonal depression. But the biggest way to avoid is, I know you know what I'm going to say, and that's make acupuncture a part of your life, okay? Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?